Okay, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be going over the complete guide to cutting for beginners. Where do you start, how lean do you get, and everything in between. But first of all, my name is Max. I own a coaching company where I've helped over 450 clients in the last couple of years build a whole lot of muscle and lose a whole load of fat. Plus, I've done everything myself. I've competed, I've been very big, I've been lean, I've done it all, okay? And now I find a happy medium and I want to try and help as many people as possible. First things first, do you need to cut, okay? In my opinion, if you do not have any definition in your midsection, so if you look in the mirror to have a good honest look at yourself, and I look down, what do I see? Can I see an outline of my abs? Have I got just a flat stomach? Have I got a belly sticking out? If you have no definition in your stomach whatsoever, you are in no position to go into a gaining phase, and really, you should be going into a fat loss phase first. If you're extremely overweight, or even just a little bit overweight, male or female, you can still build muscle in a fat loss phase, okay? Understand that. You cannot go into a gaining phase unless you're lean first. So unless you're lean right now, you need to cut, basically. If you don't have abs, this is for you. So where do we start our calories, okay? Obviously, men and women are going to be different, but any online calculator will tell you, find out your maintenance calories, and then we're going to drop just below, okay? In terms of our deficit, we're looking at 10 to 15% to start with, guys. Maybe we can push it a little bit in the future. Training, we're going to go training, cardio, and steps. With your training, it doesn't matter if you're bulking, doesn't matter if you're cutting, okay? It should be the same. It should be good, hard sessions, close to failure, big compound lifts, 3 to 4, maximum 5 times per week. If you're cutting, bulking, it's all the same, okay? It's your cardio and steps which will differ a little bit. If you're in a gaining phase, you can get away with lower steps, but in a dieting phase, cardio and steps and a cut are two valuable tools in your toolbox to burn body fat. Steps and cardio, just bump, 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 bump as we go. And then eventually you can maybe have a 250 calorie decrease with food, but make sure that is a last resort, okay? In terms of your macronutrient breakdown, you have your protein, carbs, and fats. Without making this too complicated, we want 1 gram per pound of body weight. When it comes to protein, which is 2.2 grams per kilo. That stays the same whether you're dieting, whether you're bulking. Some people that are a little bit more advanced will push that protein up. And as we do drop those calories, our carbs and fats come down together, okay? But a good starting point is around 40% of your calories from protein, 40% of your calories from carbohydrates, and 20% from fat, okay? Now, how long do you diet for and how lean do you want to get? So there's a few things we need to talk about here. We only really want to get to around, in my opinion, around 10% body fat. If you're a male, maybe 15 to 18% if you're a female, okay? That 7-8%, it starts to get very tough. We start to run into real issues with eating as well. I know that when I was competing, which I put a picture up here, and I was extremely lean, I had a full-blown eating disorder by the end of it. I was binging, waking up in the middle of the night and eating peanut butter. I was convincing myself that I needed a refeed and a cheat meal. And if I didn't have a coach to have my back and tell me what to do, I would have just crashed and burned. So how lean do you want to get? Around 10% body fat is plenty, okay? Beach body ready. Do not go into shredded. We don't need to be there. Unless you're competing, which you're not if you're watching this. How long do we diet for? As long as it takes, okay? Now, if you're extremely overweight, of course, you're going to be dieting for longer, okay? If you just have, 7-8 kilos to lose, but it's taking a long time because your deficit is very small, you can incorporate something called diet breaks, okay? Now, to make this kind of simple just for this video, you can incorporate a diet break, which will be for 1 week only. You're just going to increase your calories back up to maintenance, okay? But have discipline up to maintenance, not I'm off plan for a whole week and then I spend the next 2 weeks getting back to where I was. Back up to maintenance, wash off fatigue, let the body relax, and then push back in, okay? A diet break, maintenance calories, that is it. Wash off fatigue to then push back in to your deficit, okay? A refeed is like a mini diet break over about 2 days where you'll increase your carbohydrates up to maintenance just to help wash off some fatigue as well. They can both be utilized But for now, if you're a beginner, I really wouldn't worry about these too much. Just try and take off body fat, and if you really feel like you're struggling, you can move into a diet break. Lastly, the most important part of this video that nobody will actually listen to because nobody watched it to the end, but the reverse diet, okay? If you have taken your body weight from 80 kilos or 90 or 100 kilos down to 70, 80, let's say you've lost 10, 15, 20 kilos, and you've gone from 3,000 calories to 1,800 calories, no cardio to 30 minutes every single day, 4,000 steps to 10,000 steps a day. Do you think you can just stop? How many people do you know that have rebounded? How many of you have rebounded? How many family members do you know that lost a bit of weight and gained it all back? The reverse diet is the most important part of a fat loss phase. Once you reach your desired weight or desired level of body fat, you're going to increase your calories to maintenance as quick as possible and try and stay there for a few weeks at least, okay? Let your body stabilize, get used to this new weight. The extra calories that you're bringing into the plan, you keep your cardio steps and training in, but you slightly decrease as you go. So maybe you're at 1,500 calories, you take your calories up to 2,000. 30 minutes of cardio every day becomes 20 minutes of cardio every day. And you slowly start to decrease cardio, increase calories. And if you do this the right way, your body weight will stay around the same and the body will create a new set point at this lower body weight and you're good to go and you'll be able to maintain it, okay? If you have any questions, leave a comment below, subscribe, like, send me abuse, anything. I love it all and thanks for watching.